Imagine a scene of everyday life, a bustling bank branch. People are going about their business, deposits, withdrawals, loan applications. Suddenly, the ordinary shatters. The doors burst open, and a figure clad in body armor, an assault rifle clutched tightly, storms in. This isn't a movie. This was the chilling reality for countless innocent people caught in the crosshairs of the man known only as the AK-47 Bandit. For 5 terrifying years, from 2012 to 2017, the name Richard Lee Gathercole struck fear into the hearts of law enforcement and civilians alike across the United States. He wasn't just a bank robber. He was a force of destructive precision, a phantom who appeared, committed unimaginable violence, and then vanished without a trace. His weapon of choice, the AK-47 assault rifle, became his signature, earning him the moniker that would define his reign of terror. Gathercole's criminal career kicked off in February 2012. The setting was a California bank and trust in Chino, California. This wasn't a grab-and-run operation. Gathercole, armed and armored, didn't hesitate to escalate the violence. During this robbery, a police officer was shot, severely wounded, an artery hit, a femur bone shattered. This was a stark, brutal warning of what was to come. This wasn't just about money. It was about dominance, about control, about a terrifying willingness to use lethal force. He struck again at a Bank of the West in Vacaville, California. Then, in July 2012, he moved north to a Chase Bank in North Bend, Washington. The pattern was clear: high impact, high threat, and relentless. His method was always the same: storming in, clad in body armor, the menacing silhouette of an AK-47, terrorizing everyone in his path. Law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, quickly launched a massive manhunt. But Gathercole was a ghost. He left minimal forensic evidence, moving across state lines with chilling efficiency. His targets weren't random. They were often smaller, local banks, seemingly chosen for their accessibility and perhaps less stringent security. He hit an East Idaho credit union in Rexburg, Idaho. Then a significant leap in August 2014 to a First Nebraska bank in Nebraska City, Nebraska. And in July 2015, he was in the Heartland at a Heartland Community Credit Union in Mason City, Iowa. Each robbery was a carbon copy of the last. A man in body armor, an AK-47, and pure terror. He'd force employees into vaults, threaten to kill them, and sometimes even deploy improvised explosive devices, not necessarily to detonate, but to amplify the fear, to ensure absolute compliance. Sometimes witnesses even reported him wearing a bulletproof vest with sheriff or police emblazoned on it, adding a layer of twisted psychological warfare to his already terrifying presence. The authorities compiled a profile: a highly dangerous individual, meticulous in his planning, utterly ruthless in his execution. The AK-47 Bandit wasn't just stealing money, he was stealing peace of mind, leaving behind a trail of trauma that would haunt his victims for years. Every time a bank was robbed, the public held its breath, wondering if this was the work of the bandit and if anyone had been hurt. The pressure on law enforcement was immense. This wasn't a petty thief. This was a professional, a man who seemed to have an endless supply of nerve and an unwavering commitment to his violent craft. Investigators tirelessly followed leads, analyzed surveillance footage, and interviewed countless witnesses. But Richard Lee Gathercole remained elusive. He seemed to have no fixed address, no strong ties, just a chilling dedication to his life of crime. He was a master of evasion, blending into the vastness of the American landscape after each strike. But even the most elusive criminals eventually make a mistake. The net was tightening, slowly but surely. Law enforcement agencies shared intelligence, piecing together the fragmented puzzle of his movements. The relentless pursuit was about to pay off. The culmination of his destructive path and his eventual downfall came on June 19, 2017. This wasn't another bank robbery, but a desperate flight from justice. The scene unfolded in Kansas, where Gathercole found himself in a high-speed chase with a Kansas state trooper. True to form, he didn't surrender easily. He repeatedly fired his weapon at the trooper, demonstrating his continued willingness to engage in deadly force. The chase spilled into Nebraska. In a desperate attempt to escape, Gathercole carjacked a farmer in Lexington, Nebraska. This brazen act, however, was his last. Law enforcement, having tracked him across state lines, converged. The long and terrifying hunt for the AK-47 Bandit was finally over. Richard Lee Gathercole was apprehended. His capture was a testament to the perseverance of law enforcement, who had tirelessly pursued him for years. With Gathercole in custody, the pieces of the puzzle began to fall rapidly into place. A federal search warrant executed at his residence in Roundup, Montana, yielded a trove of incriminating evidence. Items seen on surveillance videos from his robberies and even components of the homemade bombs he had used to terrorize bank employees were discovered. The evidence was irrefutable. Richard Lee Gathercole was indicted on multiple federal charges, including bank robbery, brandishing a firearm, and carjacking. The full weight of the justice system descended upon him. In June 2019, in Lincoln, Nebraska, the man who had terrorized a nation faced the consequences of his actions. He was sentenced to 35 years in prison, a lengthy term reflecting the severity and violence of his multi-state crime spree. In addition to his prison sentence, he was also ordered to serve 5 years on federal supervised release and pay restitution of over $392,000 to his many victims. Justice, after a 5-year reign of terror, had finally been served. The story of Richard Lee Gathercole, the AK-47 Bandit, stands as a stark reminder of the dark side of human nature, but also of the unwavering dedication of those who protect us. His legacy is one of fear and violence, but it's also a testament to the resilience of the communities he terrorized and the relentless pursuit of justice that ultimately brought his reign to an end.